Okay, so welcome back to part 2. I was talking about what Brinley and them give me and what I've learned through taking care of them this past year. It hadn't even been a year. Brinley came in April of 2019. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Scratch that. They were born April 7th of 2019, and Brinley was 6 weeks when she came to us. And she was a baby. If you are part of, or if you follow the channel Just Being Brinley on Instagram, it goes all the way back to the beginning when she came to now. And so Brinley came at a time like right after my sister passed. She passed in February, and I had been struggling so much with my mom. Like I said at the end of the other video, I was struggling with my mom's role in not telling me that I had a sister all these years. So like I was kind of really angry. I'm still dealing with how to deal with my mom because she is a Christian and she believes in Jesus in a way that like don't talk about Jesus, because she would disown me over Jesus and have many a times in my life. She just completely, disowned me. Like, she didn't talk to me for 12 years over Jesus. So you have to understand where I am with that and how I've come to where I am with, I ain't got nothing against Jesus. I just have my own relationship with God and don't necessarily feel like I have to go through Jesus anymore. I respect Jesus' story. And we'll talk about that in another video. I'm sure if you watch me, you see I talk about it, because it's not that I can't not talk about. But God, the creator of the universe, God, so much admiration and love and respect for God. I don't even feel like God just really gives the description of the creator. I don't even think that there is a word big enough for that. But I experience the creator now in a way, and like I keep saying, I was programmed to call him he. Which does have some type of effect on how I see life and people and things. I have put God in a box to be, even though we're taught he's not a person, I've put him in a box as if he is a person by calling him a he. As simple as that. But I want to change that in this new year. I want to find other words, learn other words that describe God, or that make me feel that I'm respecting spirit in a way, the creator in a way that, because I still kind of believe that God created spirit as our conscious communication, that small still voice. So I believe that spirit is what he's allowed for our language with him, versus spirit is of God rather than it being God. I believe God is so grand. He's bigger than all of this, that he created these things, angels or spirits and all these different things, so that we did understand him, because he created us different from them. So we would have to have some type of understanding or be able to experience those beings, those things in a way. See, there's no words. I have not yet learned words to describe them that don't make me feel like it's such an earthly word that it takes away from the value of it to the degree that I see it now, that I experience it now. But I was saying that the gift of Brinley and King and Zara really just changed. It showed me life and love in a way that put me in a whole different way of where I was when I lost my sister. So I want to be able to share what they gave me with other people, because people say like, oh, you saved them. And like I said, I feel like them coming here really saved me in a way to where it pushed me beyond what I was doing. I knew I wanted to do more. I asked to be able to do more. So in turn, I had the ability to be able to do more. My mind had to catch up with what I had asked for. I had to really believe that I thought about it. I wanted it. Now I have it. What am I going to do with it? Am I going to just let it fizzle away, or am I going to put everything in it? So it was a change to walk them 4 times a day or 5. At the beginning, Brinley was so tiny. I was taking her out like every 2 hours because I was training her to get used to going outside. I didn't want to have to potty pad and all that because they usually don't get that right away, and we had carpet. So for the 6 weeks, that's what I did. That meant no sleep because I was waking up every 2 hours. She had also was very malnourished in the way that we're, I don't know how long they were no longer on milk. I'm hoping that, I think my sister said she had weaned them like a week or 2 prior. And that's why she was allowing me to take her. But I don't know. Zara was not really in the way to where she was healthy enough to feed. 8 definitely, but it was 4 left. And no, because she wasn't even able to eat in that way to where she had enough nutrition. And I'll do a video on their story in depth at some point. But like I said, when I got Brinley, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of money that I didn't have, going to the vet, trying to get her rid of the worm infestation that she had. And they were just coming out her butt. It was a trying time, but I never lost the thought that I couldn't do it. And I had such gratitude that I had been gifted with this baby that I really took it so serious. Like people say, like she act like a little human, is really because I took it as my gift, my child that God had gave me. I never had kids. Like I never had a full-term pregnancy. So I never raised a child, but I've always had animals. And so I take it real serious. Like in Brinley, she wasn't going to be no different. Like now I'm at an age to where I really have time and I'm just going to love on her. And I was so grateful. Like she made me laugh from the beginning. Like I knew we were going to have like this special relationship. I was going to create it. I had made up my mind. This is what it's going to be. And it is. So when Zara and King came, it went from like my baby's going to have everything to now I don't have enough money to get these babies out of this health situation that they were in. King was like, he was going to die probably the next day if I didn't get him to the vet. And Zara she was so bad off. Her whole face was swollen. Her eyes were red and puffy. And she was in like a serious allergic reaction to probably a lot of things. But I know that at the time, my sister I remember her saying that she had bombed her house with like 23 bombs because she had like fleas and roaches and all this stuff. And I just remember thinking like, oh my God, that could be why the babies died, or that's probably why Zara had such an allergic reaction. And I was just like beyond like so I knew I had to do something, or I even considered possibly finding homes for Zara and them. But when I saw them together, when the people in the Shih Tzu group that we were a part of, that Brinley and I was a part of, when they saw how they were together, everybody just encouraged me. I needed to do it. People donated and sponsored them. We still have a lady that sponsors and pays for Brinley and King's food because I'm not at a point yet. I will be, and I will be at a point to where I will be able to do the same thing for somebody else, sponsor them to take care, keep their dog family or whatever together. That's the plan, is to raise enough money so that we can do stuff like that. If it's a litter, like going all the way back to when Zara got pregnant, somebody like Nikki who didn't have much money, if you can prove that you're not just mating these dogs and that even work with them to find homes where it's not where they're being sold, like some kind of breeder that's just trying to make money, yeah, then maybe it would work. Like they just a family, that dog ended up having a litter, and now they need treatment. What are we going to do? Just let them die, or is somebody going to help us? So stepping in at that point, I would love to be able to do that and be a place to where if there is a litter that the family can't take care of it, that we have a place where they can go. So that would be ideal for me. But that came from this situation. I hadn't thought of that. I wanted that prior to this. So I'm grateful that we went through that. I'm grateful for the people that did stand up and show me that people care. Because again, I was feeling like people don't really give a damn about shit. I live with fibromyalgia every day, and I don't really feel like nobody cared. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, that was just the thoughts that I was having, and I allowed myself to be in those thoughts because my experience was that. But like I said, God allowed, he opened the door for me to be able to not only have Brinley, but to have King and Zara, which would have been more than I thought I can handle. But I realized really early on that if he allowed me to, I keep saying he, if God allowed me to experience this or to have them in my home, then God would provide for me to take care of them. And as long as when I told myself that, it became true, because it was what it was. That, why would God allow me to have care of them if he wouldn't provide? I just needed to find out where's that, or ask. And I didn't even really have to ask. I just said that I didn't have it. I made it clear I didn't have it because people said, why you want to keep them together? I had to literally let people know my Social Security is $750 a month. I'm barely paying my own bills. If you could see at the time, I didn't have any furniture until Tim moved in. I didn't have nothing. For a while, all I had was, I slept on like 2 crates with pillows on top of it and a piece of plywood before my sister bought the bed that I sleep in within that 2 weeks that I had met her. So much has changed, and Brilliant and them just really helped me be more. I don't know if you guys know, but instead of saying blessed, because blessed really is be blessed if you look at the way it's spelled. And words have power, just like our thoughts. So I'm trying to reprogram myself and say be more, because that's really what I believe. I want you to be more you, be more loved, be more love, rather than us being less. Because I spoke that over people probably ever since I learned the word. Oh, be blessed. Oh, God bless you. God be more you. That has so many different ways of understanding it, so many different ways of it having power. God be more you could be God being more in you, or be more you could you being more of what God created you to be. Magnifying those things more than the things that return to you negative energy. Because if we look at the universal laws, there's cause and effect, there's reaping and sowing. So gravity, you know what I'm saying? All these things apply to us and how we put the energy out there. If I put out negative energy, the cause and effect of that will be me receiving that back. And negative energy comes back so much harder than if you give positive energy, it fills you up. Negative energy fucks you up. I can't say it no other way. All right, I'm out.